Hey guys, thanks for stopping by for this video. I know there are many videos out there, so thanks for stopping by on this video. What I'll be doing for Cool Pages is to teach computer programming with C# in the next couple of videos. So if you keep following our videos, you should be able to use C# to do things that it can be used for. So I'll try to make this video as short as possible. So this is the first video. I'll try to make sure the maximum length of the video is like 20 minutes, because the longer the video you watch, the easier you get bored. So I'll start with what is computer programming, and all the definitions that I'll be saying is pretty much from Wikipedia. And Wikipedia says computer programming, often shortened to programming, is a comprehensive process that leads from an original formulation of a computing problem to executable programs. The, the meaning of computer programming is a little bit complex and it's short here. But just like Wikipedia says, we often call it programming. And the best way I define my programming is that me me having the ability to tell my computer what I want it to do and how I want it to do it. So this is how I'll be saying or explaining programming to you. Like you program something and you want it to work that way. Just like the remote control of your TV, it was programmed to be used to control your TV. If you push the off button, it will put it off. If you push it back, it will put it on. So if you push 5, it will take TV to station 5. So that is how programming can best be explained by me. And everything is pretty much programmed. Your fridge is programmed, and programming has been for long. Programming has been even for centuries. Your fridge, your calculator, everything is programmed. Like once you get to this point, you should do this, you should do that. Take for instance your fridge. If you get cold to one extent, it drops. So pretty much everything is programming, and I hope that explanation will work, like telling your computer what you want it to do and how you want it to do it. So there are many different types of programming languages. And program, like I said, programming has been for long, so I won't really bore you with the programming that are languages that have been for long, but I'll just tell you a couple of few ones. We have what's it called, Fortran, which it has been since 1950s. We have COBOL, and they've been for long too. 1950s, Fortran and COBOL. So recently we have so many programming languages that it's really hard for a programmer to know almost everything, except you want to keep improving like we do in Cool Pages. So there are some of the programming that we just mentioned. We have C, we have C++, we have Visual Basic, we have Java, and we have C Sharp. So they are a little bit different from each other. They have syntax differences. So as we move forward, you'll get to know what syntax is and things like that. So C Sharp is an object-oriented programming language. And the definition for an object-oriented programming language simply says OOP, which is object-oriented programming language, is a programming paradigm that represents concepts as objects that have data feeds, attributes that describe the object, and associated procedure known as method. So as you keep going, you'll get to know about all these things that I mentioned here, but I'll just do a quick explanation of some of them. I'll start with the word object. Object is like a singular thing that is surrounded by so many things. Take for instance now, um, if you have a BMW car, it's an object. That's an object. But if somebody else has a car like a Mercedes, that's an object too. But these things, they have some things in common. They both have tires, they both have engines, they both have pretty much almost everything, but they have different names and some few things, and they have almost the same functions too. So you get to know about data feed, you get to know about method and all that. So types of application developed by C Sharp. So I will be looking at C Sharp, and I hope if we get done with this video, probably myself or somebody else will start computer programming with Java. And Java is the most acceptable programming language. So you can use what's it called, C Sharp, to design your web application. Uh, you can use C Sharp for Windows application, like Microsoft application. And before I go further, I want to let you know that C Sharp is originally owned by Microsoft, and which simply means that it's gonna be a little bit simple, more easy to navigate than every other programming, because everything about Microsoft is always easy, but that doesn't mean it's not good. So we'll be talking about console application, and console application will be the one that we'll be looking at almost all through before we go to the main point of programming. So console application is like a training programming process. So with that, you get to know the concept, the syntax, and everything about programming language, especially in C Sharp. So console application normally send results to the operating system to display text on the command console display, or at times they retrieve data from the keyboard. So we'll get to know all these. So let me quickly run a console application for classes. Let's do the class program. I put a console dot right line. And this is one of the things about Microsoft. The IntelliSense makes working on it easier. So I'll explain all this in the next video. Hello world. Put this and save it. If you save it, you come to debug. You click on start without debugging, because this will be debug. I will explain all this. This will debug, it will run, but it won't stay on the screen. So if I click start without debugging, it comes up with the program and it stays until I press any key. So it says hello world, and this is a console application, and this is what we'll be learning from. This is how we'll be, you know, explaining the concept of computer programming to ourselves. So let's do another example. Let's say hello world, then let's say console IntelliSense makes it easier for us. Dot write. I won't use write line, I'll use just write. It says YouTube is doing great. So let me use this 2 minutes that I have to explain what's it called, the difference between write line and write. The write line writes whatever you want it to write, and it goes down to, it takes the cursor to the next line, which I will explain in the console program. But write, just it writes the program and it keeps the cursor on that same line. So let's run this and see. So here we go. Because we have what's it called, we have a right line here. You write hello world and it comes to the next line. So because I have right, you write YouTube is doing great, but it didn't come, the cursor didn't come to the next line. So now if I put line here, cursor comes to the next line. Then I'll run it again. Here we go. So I'll have to leave your home now. So keep watching. Um, yeah, keep watching and doing practices. I believe you should get it. Okay, thank you for your time. You have a nice time.